Hello, my name is David Reeve. I'm an industry manager for paper here at Yale, and I'd like to welcome you to the Engineering Concept Centre here in Frimley, the UK. This truck is enhanced with a number of features that enable us to provide a full operational truck in the paper and recycling industries. As part of our industry development in the paper industry, we held a number of meetings with various different companies here in the UK and across Europe to learn about what the paper industry and the recycling industry needed from us here at Yale. Paper debris is a common theme both in paper manufacture and recycling, and it's made up of dust, it's made up of big sheets, it could be made up of any packaging material. Now once that is combined with water, rain, it becomes a horrible glutinous mass which actually will stick to any surface, including a forklift truck. All this glutinous mass increases the risk of fire on site, and our main solution was to provide a truck that was not a potential heat source. So what have we done with this truck? It's a standard VX35 Veracity Yale truck with a capacity of 3.5 metric tons. So I want to guide you through these features on this particular truck. Here at the front end, we've got a standard Bolzoni Aramo bale clamp, capacity 3 tons. Going backwards on the truck, we actually have a rubber cover mount over the front drive axle. This is again to provide debris protection. We also have a dampener on the mast, hydraulic dampener, which allows us to run this truck on very uneven ground with a full load. Low air intakes to protect paper getting into the truck. We also have air intake system linked to the full air filtration. This is to provide fresh air to the engine away from as much dirt and dust as we can possibly do. You can see the high air intake coming down the frame into the tube, into the filtration box, which then feeds the engine. You do not want the engine to be starved of air. It has to be clean air. This is where the turbo of the engine is, and it's probably the hottest part of the engine. This is a insulated cover to protect any ingress of the paper. We have a number of lights on here. We've got front and back pedestrian awareness lights. As you can see, the red light projects a line longitudinally along the length of the truck. This provides a visual awareness for any pedestrian in the vicinity. In addition to the pedestrian awareness lights that I've already shown you, in the back end of here of the counterbalance, we've got a standard white noise sound emitter for when the truck is in reverse. Up on the back end here, we have a radar looking for the ceiling of wherever we are. Obviously in the yard outside there is no ceiling, so the speed limit is as fast as the truck will go. Inside we can limit that truck to whatever the site requirements are. So now we've gone a little bit around the outside. I want to show you some of the features inside the cab. It's very important that the operator who spends his 8 hours, 9 hours a day feels comfortable inside this cab. So now we're sitting in the cab, and as you can see, it's a pretty comfortable environment. We've got a fully adjustable seat, both for rake and fore and aft. Fully interlocked seat belt, so that the operator has to wear it when the truck is operating. Also got a fully adjustable steering wheel. We also have a compressor to give us a full suspension seat. Gives me a good comfortable environment to work in. Mounted on the universal mount we have a phone holder. It could easily be a barcode reader or another accessory. To power these accessories we have a 12-volt USB power source. Still in the cab, again for operator comfort, we have a full DAB radio connectivity to Bluetooth and actually another USB port. In the cab again, we have the Yale Vision Telematics wireless asset management technology, which can help further increase a business level of efficiency and productivity and return on investment by facilitating the monitoring and recording and the reporting of the truck activities. One of the other features of the cabin that I wanted to draw your attention to is the fitment of this noise reduction matting. Another feature of this truck is underneath here. We have a physical barrier, complete belly pan underneath the truck, unlike the other standard trucks that are completely open. This stops any debris coming up into the truck. I want to draw your attention to the rear steering axles here. Some of you have noticed this cover. It's actually a ballistic nylon Kevlar, and what it's to do is to stop the bale wire actually penetrating and allowing grease, dirt, rubbish onto the cylinder. Looking through the counterbalance, you can see the exhaust system, and at the low extremity we've got an insulated blanket. Again, it's to stop the glutinous mass sticking to hot exhaust. Whilst we're round the back here of the counterbalance, I wanted to give you a demonstration of how a truck is normally cleaned, whether it's at a paper mill or a recycling yard. So now I've got the airline in the counterbalance, which is how a normal operator would clean it. And obviously, as you can see, the chances of damaging the radiator are quite high. On the setup here, we have a standard radiator, and I want to demonstrate how we would normally clean the radiator on a truck to overcome the overheating issues. Again, I'm at the counterbalance end. I have an airline, and I'm going to blow the air this way against the engine. In normal circumstances, that's the way you clean the radiator, and it will blow off all the air very nicely. However, because you can't see the radiator from the counterbalance, you don't know how far to push the airline. And what sometimes happens is that you hit the radiator, which actually damages the fins. You can see them. So now we've done the setup on the bench, I'd like to show it to you on the actual truck. The engine's running. I'm going to throw some paper in. This is what happens in normal life. The paper gets stuck onto the radiator. So it starts to build up temperature, starts to build up less radiated effect. Go round to the other side. We have a manual switch to send the air the other way. Normally the operator doesn't touch that switch, it's completely automatic. Every 20 minutes the fan will perform this function. So when I press this switch, the angle of the vanes of the fan will actually change to give the effect of airflow from blowing onto the radiator to actually blowing 180 degrees the other way. So by understanding the needs of the customer, not only have we ended up with a self-cleaning truck, but we've ended up with an array of solutions that will give the paper and the recycling industry peace of mind.